The Indian Army's Pinaka artillery may soon be stationed right under Erdogan's nose. Multiple reports emerging from Greece suggest Athens is keen to acquire Indian Army's Pinaka rocket artillery system to obliterate any Turkish aggression in the Mediterranean.
This is Sparta!
Remember, Greece is a country which has constantly backed India's inclusion as a UNSC permanent member and has emerged as one of New Delhi's key allies in Europe. The news of Pinaka's possible sale to Greece comes days after Turkish President Erdogan poked his nose once again in the Kashmir issue during his visit to Pakistan recently. Comments which once again drew a sharp rebuke from the Modi government, telling Erdogan to back the write-off. Now India is boosting its own defense alliances in the Mediterranean region, just like Turkey is interfering in India's sphere of influence. Indian military's Pinaka rocket artillery is considered among the best such systems in the world. It has even a higher range and lethality than even the Russian Smerch artillery system, which has a range of nearly 70 kilometers. Even global military power France now wants to buy the Indian Pinaka rocket artillery, in what is a statement on the quality of Indian defense manufacturing. Earlier, Armenia became the first buyer of Pinaka by deploying it to secure its border against any further Azerbaijani aggression. Now, if India does sell the Pinaka to Greece, it will not only strengthen military ties with a fellow civilizational democracy, but also enhance India's footprint in the Mediterranean region, something that will greatly rattle Erdogan, who has dreams of restoring the Ottoman Empire, which now exists only in history books. Greece is seeking to enhance its own military alliance with India and sees Pinaka MBRL as an operational necessity. According to defense magazine Geostrategica, New Delhi could even propose code production and development of the system with Greek companies such as EAS or Intracom Defense. Athens views Pinaka as an effective and cost-beneficial option for targeting enemy positions, especially Turkey, which remains Greece's eternal rival despite both being NATO members. Under Erdogan, however, Turkey's relations with India have taken a massive hit. This as Turkish president seems obsessed with India and repeatedly makes comments on India's internal issues like Kashmir, just like he did during the recent visit to Pakistan. India hit right back, saying, quote, "Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. No other country has any locus standi to comment on it. It would have been appropriate if Pakistan's policy of using cross-border terrorism against India, which remains the biggest threat for the people of Jammu and Kashmir, had been called out." Unquote. Now, the word Kashmir itself is believed to be based on ancient Indian sage Rishi Kashyap, while Kashmir is also mentioned in ancient Hindu texts like Mahabharata, which date a few centuries BC and at least millennia before Turkey came into existence. But Erdogan's obsession with this Indian territory continues, spoiling relations with New Delhi. Now, offering the Pinaka to Greece, a nation which has constantly backed New Delhi's stance in internal affairs, including Kashmir, as well as India's bid for a UNSC permanent seat, can be seen as Modi government's bold response to Turkey. Pinaka is quickly making its mark on the international stage. Earlier, a French military contingent visited India to evaluate live firing on the Pinaka and were left impressed by its lethality and accuracy. A French army's brigadier general who visited India stated, quote, "We are evaluating Pinaka because we need a system like that and evaluating this among the other systems of the highest countries. This is much more than a business partnership. This is cooperation." Unquote. So how can the Indian Pinaka rocket artillery be a game changer for the Greek army? Viewed as a more economical alternative to American HIMARS, the Pinaka is equally efficient to saturate targets with long-range rockets. This as the cost of the Indian Pinaka is only 50% the cost of the American HIMARS, including the cost of missiles, which indicate a huge difference in price. Especially, the unit price of the Pinaka is about $56,000, while the HIMARS is about $100,000. The DRDO-developed Pinaka MBRL, manufactured by various Indian companies including Solar Industries, L&T and Tata, the base version has a range of 40 kilometers, the advanced version has a range of 75 kilometers, while the test firing for the enhanced version with range of 120 kilometers, will be held this year or the next. Ultimate aim is to enhance Pinaka's range to 300 kilometers to match that of the HIMARS. Each Pinaka artillery unit can fire up to 12 rockets in just 44 seconds and level a square kilometer of enemy territory. Also known as the bow of Lord Shiva, the Pinaka was first deployed during the Kargil War in 1999, while it was still under development. The battles in the frigid Himalayas saw Pinaka neutralize Pakistani infiltrators sitting on top of mountains. Representing a leap forward in artillery technology, the Pinaka system features advanced guidance, navigation and control technology, significantly improving its accuracy and range from its contemporaries such as the Russian Smerch system. Having quick reaction time and high rate of fire, the highly mobile Pinaka has been designed for shoot and scoot operations, thus it is difficult to target by enemy counter-artillery. The complete Pinaka MBRL system consists of 6 launcher vehicles, each equipped with 12 rockets each, which are equipped to be fired simultaneously or individually at different targets. Now, if the defense deal with Greece matures, it will be another huge boost to India's defense exports. The world's largest arms importer, India has now entered the list of top 25 defense exporters for the very first time. Now the target of the Modi government is to further boost Indian defense exports to 50,000 crore rupees by 2029-30. There are high chances of this potential deal becoming a reality, as India and Greece already share a robust defense partnership. The chief of the Hellenic National Defense General Staff visited India last year at the invitation of his Indian counterpart. The leaders signed a Greece-India military cooperation program, strengthening their military as well as strategic alliance. India and Greece also conducted joint military exercises last year with personnel and assets from all 3 branches of the armed forces, including the Army, the Air Force and the Navy, enhancing collaboration on national intelligence, technology as well as innovation. Meanwhile, the Indian Navy chief visited Greece in September 2024, while the Indian Navy and Hellenic Navy also held military drills in the Mediterranean. Earlier, Indian Air Force Rafale fighter jets flew to Athens for military exercises with the Greek Air Force F-16s, while the Greek jets traveled to Bharat for the first time to participate in India's prestigious Tarang Shakti exercises with the world's leading air forces. Moreover, Greek defense experts have also urged their government to procure the BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles from India as a deterrence against Turkey and Erdogan's naval ambitions. Remember, Greece is also a central pillar of India's flagship economic project, the IMEC. The ambitious India-Middle East-Europe economic corridor will connect Indian markets to those in Europe. Ultimately, the Indian IMEC is seen as a long-term rival to China's Belt and Road as the central global supply chain. Now, shared commitments to ensuring freedom of navigation and respect for the UN Convention of the Law of the Sea or UNCLOS have also brought India and Greece closer together. In fact, Greece's growing importance in Indian foreign policy was on full display when Prime Minister Modi himself visited the nation in August 2023, becoming the first Indian head of state to visit the ancient nation in 40 years. The visit was reciprocated soon as the Greek Prime Minister Mitsotakis visited New Delhi in February 2024 as the 2 ancient civilizations vowed to give a renewed push to their historic ties in the 21st century. The sale of the Indian Pinaka to aid Greece's defense capabilities will just be another step forward in what promises to be one of the defining partnerships in the decades ahead. So can Greece emerge as one of India's strongest allies? Leave a comment, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.